So a lot of you are probably aware of the rumor that's swirling around the web right now that it's going to be possibly a feature that you can play as a female version of Link in the new Zelda game or in future Zelda games. And while this really wouldn't affect me that much because I'm just going to pick the guy Link anyways, I have a counter argument, and that's that if you're going to have a female character to play as, why just take Link and make him a girl? Because they're probably not going to change who Link is and what his sole character is and what his traits are just to swap him to a girl. It's probably not going to happen. But why don't you just, I don't know, utilize a character in my eyes that's been extremely underutilized in the last 30 years in her own title games, mind you. Why don't we get to play as Zelda? Like, why isn't that a thing? Like, why the fuck is there all this fucking, like, uproar about being able to play as a female Link and not an argument of why can't we play Zelda? Like, I know there's people who want this, but it's not nearly to the same magnitude. I would love a game in which I play as Princess Zelda and I'm the heroine and I'm going through and saving Hyrule and rescuing Link, or accompanying Link and helping him, but I get to play as Zelda. That, in my eyes, would be a lot more interesting than just swapping genders for Link. It just doesn't make sense, because I can only assume that Nintendo's not going to change the character of Link just by making him a girl. Link would still be more or less the same that we've seen throughout the iteration. He's going to display courage, he's going to be powerful, she, or he, I should say, is going to have a green tunic, wield the Master Sword, all that fun jazz. Like, that's not going to change just because he's becoming a girl, or possibly. But Nintendo and Eiji Aonuma and a lot of the developers, they've all said that they want to kind of reinvent the conventions of Zelda, if I could speak properly. So, a good way to just flip the script completely and bring something completely new and refreshing to the Legend of Zelda franchise would to make it playable as Princess Zelda. And the only game that I'm familiar with that you can do that you can play as Princess Zelda in is Hyrule Warriors. I mean, I might be wrong, maybe Spirit Tracks, but it's been forever since I played that, and I didn't even complete Spirit Tracks. But I don't get the whole aspect of not fucking just choosing Zelda to be your female character to play as. Not just, it doesn't seem like it wouldn't be as significant to me to just make Link a girl, because it's still going to be Link regardless. But I would much rather be able to play as Zelda and have a new character to play as with these new and individual characteristics and traits that are unique to Princess Zelda. That would be wonderful. That would be something that's extremely refreshing. And, you could do, possibly just side quests or just small things with her, just in a general Zelda game to where you could play as Zelda and it's still going to be something. There's a great game that I'm sure everybody's aware of that's called The Witcher 3. And it's one of the greatest games of all time, and it's wonderful, and I love that game to an extent that a lot of people will probably never get. But in this game, you play as Geralt of Rivia, who is a guy, but throughout the story and how it arcs over, there's times when you can play as the character Ciri. And the gameplay for her is so fun, and her storyline and her perspective of things are fucking terrific, and it's done so seamlessly and just beautifully. And she's such a strong-willed and badass and beautiful character that you want to play as her more and more. And, getting to finish her storylines, you don't really, it makes you wish you had more of that. And that's something I wish they would bring to The Legend of Zelda. I would love to be able to, if they don't make Zelda a playable character in these examples, to have it to where you could play as Zelda in certain instances. That would be something that's unique and bring something, kind of new to the Zelda, universe and to the games and for gameplay, and, kind of give you a new appreciation for this character that's been here for 30 years, who in most cases is usually just a damsel in distress, or someone who just shows up for some dialogue, disappears, and then you see her later on. And you don't really get to see the effect of her choices and of her character and what that character is going through while Link is off saving Hyrule.